Okay, today I'm going to be working on getting the motor back in. From there, maybe work on cleaning up some other components. I still need to paint the radiator. I got to clean the carburetors. That's an absolute pain in the butt. Tiny little cracks and crevices, get all the years of grease and grime out of there. Disassemble them, set them up with jets that I think is a good starting point, and who knows what else I'll end up with today. Okay, in this video I'm going to do the motor install. I set them up on this little rolling cart. I've done this a few times. It really works well. It allows me to roll it underneath the frame. I line up the axle, or I should say the I can't think of the term. Well, it's a shaft drive, so the shaft that connects to this part right here, and it actually has a pinch bolt that has to hold it on. The sun's really fighting against me, but that's the pinch bolt where the bolt goes right there to hold it on to the output shaft of the motor. Alright, well, I'm going to get set up and do that install. Let's see how this goes. I got the drive shaft pulled out through the boot just a little bit. See if I can get it lined up. Once I get that lined up, it's much easier. Need a screwdriver. Well, that went in much easier than I expected it to. Actually went in too far. There it is. All right, 11 millimeter. No, wrong one, 12 millimeter. Thought that was an oddball. Good and tight. Don't want that coming loose. I'll put this boot back on in a bit. And I got to line it up with the axle again, or the rear differential. Almost. Nice fight. It's much easier with two people, one person spinning it and one person sliding it in. Come on. I had to pause it there for a moment. I got to plop in there finally though. Now I need my lineup tool. Nice little pointed heel bar. Come on. Boy, this was really being a pain. There. And the bottom bolt. And of course, I forgot my dead blow hammer. Wish I could see through that hole at the same time. I can't. Man, it's right there. I left my hammer. It wouldn't be so hard if the motor wasn't so heavy. There it goes. And it's through. Finally. Nut on. Now I gotta lift the front of the motor to get the back bolts started. Not that greatly easy. Not extremely difficult. Just. And I need my hammer, and I left it on the ground. That was in. Okay, that one's in. I'll get those nuts on, get them started, and I'll set up for putting the front loop on. One moment. Alright, putting the front motor support on is much easier. It's this little component here. It actually just slips into a couple spots. Nope, too far down. I put it in the frame on top. Line up the front. Okay, I make it much easier, but making a liar out of me here. My hammer. My hammer! Oh, I know why it's off. Wow, what a dumb mistake. I know that part goes on the side. It's one little tab right here that's got the hole in it. You see that hole? It's part of the radiator mount. This side doesn't have it. This side does. It has to be right side. No wonder it wasn't fitting so well. Everything seemed to slightly out of skew. Much better. Nuts on there. Top bolts, start them. A bunch of junk on it. I'll get that motor set up a little higher. Put those in. That was much easier. Same direction now. Need a hammer. I don't really have a good pry spot. Okay. nuts on. Okay. Now for the most part the motor's hung. I just got to tighten everything down, torque it up. Okay, I'm going to show you something I'm getting ready to do here. 1 or 2 videos ago, I don't even remember how many, I made mention of how far out the shifter stuck out and how high it was and just how hideous it was. So I ended up making some pieces out of it, and I'll show you how it sat originally. So the exhaust came through here, the factory exhaust, and it had to sit, it was up and over. It sat in this manner. Now it only leaves like 3-4 inches in there, and it sat up a little higher. It sat up about like this. It's really high, just doesn't look good on this bike at all. So I'm going to cut this section out. I'm actually going to turn and reorient this. It'll tuck it in a little bit further, well, quite a bit further, and reposition it a little bit further forward to make it easier to reach with the toe. That I actually sat on it with the shifter on there, and with the bars being dropped and really positioning your whole body forward, it was very uncomfortable. Let me show you what a factory one looks like on a bike. So I got another one sitting here. So there's the factory one. See, it's really high, way out there. That's just goofy looking altogether. So I'm gonna get this tacked up and see how it looks. Where's my gloves, you ask? Oh, they're over there on the bench. Yeah, that'll look a whole lot better. Okay, I'll get that pulled off, fully weld it, see how it looks. From the top, a lot better angle. That looks really good. Actually looks a little better than I thought it was going to. Alrighty, well there it is. Well, there's the finished product. The piece I took out of this one, an original one and the one I cut and made. As you can tell, the end of it fits on the spline. It's about 90 degrees off. Turned it and cut it. Now that I get looking at these, you can actually see that the one that I worked on has actually got a bend to it as well. Yeah, it's just bent right about here, just a little bit. You really can't see it too much. I think that'll work out really well though. Get that placed on there, get it cleaned up a little bit, and that should do it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. It's going to get quite lengthy if I don't. I'll pick it up at the next point. I'll probably install a wiring harness, a few other things, and check for spark, battery, all the other components, and go from there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.